Hey guys, we've got a box just come in. So we don't really know what it is because we've ordered a few things, and just going to check out what we've got today. Could be a number of things. Could be PlayStation. Could be PlayStation 2. Could be Sega stuff. It could be Game Boy stuff. But we do have a few packages coming in, so we're just going to find out what exactly it is. So let's just take a look. Okay, so this looks like it could be the PlayStation stuff. We've got the old PlayStation Logitech steering wheel. It's pretty cool. And we've got two boxes in here, or two shopping bags. Wow, okay. This is actually the Nintendo games. Oh my goodness. So we've got Kid Clown in Crazy Chase. Some of these games are NTSC. Some of them are PAL. We've got a Star Wing. Looks like it was bought from Cash Converters originally. Full Throttle. That's actually, it's from Europe, this one. All American Racing. And what I really like about this collection, if you get in a bit closer, you can see that we've got inbox games. They're pretty cool. We've got a Super Game Boy NES converter. That's the Super NES Nintendo Scope. Another Nintendo Scope. Now let's just take a look at these in the box. Donkey Kong Country 2. Wow. So there's a bit of damage on the box down here, as you can see. But overall, it looks in pretty good condition. I'd be interested to see if they're actually packaged. Or come complete, with the manual and everything. A lot of these older boxes are quite delicate, so I don't really want to damage it getting it out. Wow, okay. I think it is complete. It just doesn't have the cardboard insert. But it does have the game in there and the instruction manual. So that's really good news. It's in good condition as well. Just try and get that back in there. It's the only problem when you put them in plastic bags. A little bit of wear, a little bit of aging, but hey, when the game's 20, 25 years old, you can't really expect that much unless it's been kept by a collector. We're taking a look at some other stuff. We've got Earthworm Jim. Awesome. Feels like it's got the manual in there as well. Donkey Kong Country 3. That looks in nice condition. Did come out later, so people are getting a little bit more familiar with how to keep them in good condition. Oh, that's an AV cable. It's been thrown in. Killer Instinct, Super Nintendo. That's the PAL version. And that looks in mint condition, actually. Really good condition, that one.
How much do they cost? In the box with everything?
Some of the games can go for... I know Donkey Kong Country 3 can go for $100 plus if it's complete in the box. That's Australian dollars. Killer Instinct, I'd imagine, would be like $50 to $60. But it really depends on the game and how rare they were. And also how good the game was. You know, for a lot of people, they buy them for nostalgic purposes. And the condition of the game makes a big difference as well. So we've got another Super Game Boy, Super NES converter. So I believe you could actually put a Game Boy cartridge in there, plug it into your Super Nintendo, and you could play, you know, Pokemon, Red, Blue, Gold, or you could play any other Game Boy game on the big screen. That was a good addition. Looks like we've got a... I'll pull that out later. It looks like a joystick for the NES. Maximum Carnage. Spider-Man Venom game. This is This is quite a rare game, I believe, on the Sega Mega Drive. They go for $200-300. I'm a little bit unsure on the Super Nintendo, but I believe it would be less rare on the Super Nintendo. But still a collectible game. We've got some more manuals here. I think the actual seller may have chucked these in as a bit of a bonus for us buying the whole collection. Star Wars in the box as well. That one's in pretty rough shape, really deteriorated. Probably stored in a garage sometime. Moisture's got into it. But then again, look, it's still the original box. So
is there a game in there?
Yeah.
Manual or anything?
Yeah, it actually comes with the cardboard insert. That's actually
the old Nintendo.
Well, it's Super Nintendo, but I believe that these cartridges might have been NTSC. But it looks really new, that cartridge. I'll just double check that later, because you do get a lot of fakes with these. But it might just be stored in the plastic since original condition and just kept in a garage or something, which has allowed it to get damp. We've got a bit of a 360 there, Breath of Fire. This looks like a Japanese, yep. So it's an NTSC game, or Famicom, sorry. This is a Famicom game. So you'd have to play that on a Super Nintendo Famicom console for it to be compatible. I believe that the Famicom consoles were intercompatible with PAL games as well. So you could play some PAL games on the Famicom SNES consoles. I mean, you could play, PAL games on the Famicom consoles, but you couldn't play Famicom games on the PAL consoles. But that's a PAL Super Nintendo. So they can range, from about $100 up to $130 if they're in good condition, complete. We've got 2 Super Nintendo consoles in there. Both PAL versions, which is great. And we've got another game in here. It is Micro Machines 2 Turbo Tournament. So that game I think is around $20. Not the rarest of games, but still collectible piece. So this is the Super Advantage ASCII-Wear joystick. So these can fetch a good bit of money. It was sort of, more of an arcade style of playing instead of the remote. And you obviously have these big buttons that you sort of play as a keypad. But I haven't seen a lot of these around, actually, but it's feels like it's really good condition. The joystick's got good movement in it. It's not sticky. It's not in rough condition, so I think that's a nice piece to add to the collection, or maybe sell it. So we'll take a look at box 2. We will have another unboxing later on this week or next week. Once we get the other packages in, we got quite a collection coming. I'll just take this out of the box. Move this box out of the way. Give me 1 second. I believe that this could be Nintendo stuff as well. Could be Game Boy stuff. Depends on how it was packaged. No, this is PlayStation stuff. Okay. So this is all the PlayStation 2 games. I think we've got about 300 games coming. Bought them at bulk price, so they're always good if they come with a manual. This one didn't even come with a CD, which is disappointing. But, I mean, at the end of the day, the CDs are quite cheap. It's normally the manuals and the boxes for other collectible piece. Gran Turismo 3. That does have the manual and it has the game in there. Desert Storm. I mean, these games are going for $30, and I'm pretty sure that was from EB Games. It would have been secondhand. When these first came out, people were paying up to $70-80 a game, I remember. So that's Desert Storm. I don't know what condition these games are in. They actually don't look too bad. There's no deep scratches, some light scratches on there, which is quite common with a used game. But I'll test out these games as well. Wipeout, Fusion. Test out these games, make sure they're working if we do get it on sell them. But this is great to have them in the box with the manuals. There are some rare games in here, I believe. Most of them are pretty standard. You know, they go between the $5 to $10 range. Some lower. If they're complete, they're more collectible. But there are some rare games, I believe. There's Dragon Ball Z Budokai in here, if that's how you pronounce it. But it's good to see a lot of these games are in collectible condition, which means they have the manual with them. I'll try and clean them up a bit, get rid of these dollar signs on them. Oh, Pacific Warriors, 007 Nightfire, Bassmaster Fishing. So we've really got a large collection of games here. We might bundle these up. Need for Speed Carbon, that was a cool game. Bundle them up and sell them as a package with the consoles, because I do believe we have some consoles coming. See, this game from Target, $110 back in the day. Jesus. Tiger Woods, probably not as popular these days. Comes with the manual. These are in pretty good nick. It's just a shame that these stores used to stick so much stuff over the top of them. Get away. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much the start of the first Ratchet and Clank. That feels empty. Oh, it's got the game in it. That's alright. No manual. But this is the start of the collection. We're going to have some more interesting stuff come up later this week. Some more Super Nintendo, Game Boy stuff. So stay tuned.
Does that Underground 2 have the manual?
Oh, Need for Speed Underground 2. Yeah, that was a popular game. It's got a bit of damage on the front. That was a really well-played game. Yeah, it does come with the manual, which is great. This probably fetches $12 to $15, I reckon. Maybe more. I'm not too sure. I'm not quite familiar with the PlayStation 2 games. Took a bit of a gamble getting this one, but you know, we used to play these games as kids, and Grand Theft Auto Vice City Platinum Edition. That's pretty cool. No manual, unfortunately, but that's quite a popular game back in the day. Spartan, Tomb Raider, Buzz. I don't even know a lot of these games. But yeah, guys, we've got San Andreas at the bottom here to finish it off. Let's see if it's got a manual. Beautiful. So that one is complete. I'm not going to look through too much of them. That's the start, guys, and stay tuned. Next week we're going to have some more videos for you.